Hello crafters! This is Suzanne from A Creative Muse, and I'm here with the November Kit Club, the beautiful Kit Club. I made so many elegant cards with this Kit Club. It was such a fun Kit Club to work with, and it's a very comprehensive Kit Club, meaning that it can work within itself. And I know you're seeing all my bits of Christmas. Lots of Santas, some nutcrackers. I'm already in the holiday spirit. Kit Club is open for new subscriptions until the 27th of this month. And crafters, in my last video, which I will link here, I talked about the add-on to Kit Club, this exclusive Kit Club offering. This is the Cozy Toes Friends, additional dies that go along with the Cozy Toes slippers. So definitely watch that video. Plus, you can also see how I recently went to a crop, how I set up my desk at a crop, what I carry to a crop, all sorts of little fun goodies like that. Also, crafters, you can still use my code Suzanne10 for an additional 10% off Spellbinders branded products on the Spellbinders website. It will not apply to Kit Club, and I believe it doesn't apply to clearance as well. But everything else, that's Spellbinders, which is a lot of goodies. Definitely. Don't forget to use Suzanne10, okay? That is going to be expiring, I think, on the 16th. And also, to your whole cart, add Suzanne10. Thumbs up. And crafters, you know what else it will apply to? Their brand new clear wax seal set. Look at this. The hot glue gun that comes with the clear wax seal sticks. I want to say wax beads. And also, look at this cute little glass mat. So sweet to go along with the wax seal. And I will have a video coming with the clear wax seal with all the goodies that it comes with. It's a whole thing. Just like the wax seal kit, the original, this is also a comprehensive kit. You don't have to go shopping a bunch of places to figure out how to use it. You can stay right here, just like the wax seal kit. Both of them, fabulous. And Josie, this month's Kit Club, fabulous. Where did all these elegant cards come from? Alrighty, crafters, let's take a closer look at this Kit Club. Let's get started. And crafters, if you do have the Cozy Toes slippers from last year, this large die of the month, it's also available now as a past Kit Club item. You can definitely work it in with the Cozy Toes Friends. I did show you this example in the intro. I wanted to show you all three cards from my previous video. Isn't that fun? I made a monster, a unicorn, and a shark. There is also a cute little frog too with this set, okay? Cozy Toes Friends all year round, and this one is holiday, but in this one, there is a bunny that can be all year round as well. So think of it as 5 characters, and this one I did convert into a pig, the little reindeer. So call it really 6 characters for all year round. Santa will be now holiday, and the penguin. There's also the monster claw too, so I guess 7 all year round. Lots of fun. Alrighty, now let's take a look at this Kit Club. If you decide to get all 10 clubs, the deluxe caboodle bonus this month is When Pigs Fly dies. Isn't this so cute, the little pig with the wings? I do have an example of that. Here is the wax seal of the month. You could use this with the clear wax seal maker too. To go along with the wax seal beads this month is coral or something close to that. And then for the glimmer of the month, you get a hot foil roll. This month it is blush. So it's like coral and blush. See the colorway? Love that. Goes along with the whole theme of this Kit Club. So let's take a look at this cutie because I did make an example of this. Here is my example. Look at the little tag. I have my little pig floating in the sky against the brick wall and it says be fearless. Let me show you what I used for that. I used 3 products to finish this. I'm using the copper plate, gift tag, press plate, and die. I adore this little tag, one of my faves. I die cut out the gray cardstock first with the tag. So adorable. Love that tag. And then I embossed it with the 3D embossing folder from last month, October. This should be available in the past Kit Club section, which I will link below. Crafters, I'm detailing and linking everything I'm talking about. This is just a fun brick wall. I thought it was something interesting to have with the pig flying. So this is called Brick by Brick. It's 5.5 inch wide, 8.5 inch tall. So fun. And then the sentiment, this one I think is on clearance. Love, love, love. Besties, sentiments, press plate, and die. Look at all the fun sentiments. This one I'm using Be Fearless. All of these smaller ones had fit as well, but it didn't go along with the theme of my tag. So I decided to just go with Be Fearless for the flying pig. So you press or glimmer and then die cut once. This is a fabulous set. If it's in clearance, that means it's on the way out. Get it before it's gone. So those are my 3 items for my cute little tag, and then I put a little ribbon from my stash. Isn't that cute for the caboodle bonus? When pigs fly. Love it. Here's a small die of the month. Let's do brunch. This one has waffle, bacon, all brunch goodies. You can make a mimosa, a sunny side up egg. And then it says, happy brunch day. Let's do brunch. And thanks a brunch. This is really, really cute. There is not a diagram for the small die of the month and large die of the month this month. So you just go from the back of your packaging, but you'll still see examples. And Yana does a great job in her intro videos on Spellbinders YouTube channel. The large die of the month is Charmed Life Dies. This now is a purse. This is the brunch set with the cute food characters, but this now starts to dial up the elegance with the purse. You can make a purse and it does fit on an A2 card, but I did go a little bit oversized. And then the purse will have little charms. You have these chains for the charms. This is for the strap. There's a little bow, some little locks and all sorts of goodies. Like that's a little key ring. There's a smaller bow, a teddy bear, a cherry set, dice. This is purse hardware, even a little coin purse for your purse, and a little lock. Stitch die of the month. This is another fun die set. It's called the Forever Fabulous Dies. You get a little purse and then you get a dog, which this is Tori in a purse. So super cute. All the bits to put Tori together. So that's Tori's outfit and Tori is my little dog that kind of looks like this. And then little ears, little eyes. So super cute. This is also part of Tori. There is eyes and then that's Tori's neck. And this is for the ears, the layering. Next up for the glimmer of the month is Luxe Links. This is really pretty. This pattern creates a fun, elegant background for a designer purse, but you could also just use it as a background. Make an elevated birthday card with just this and a sentiment and maybe some flowers and you are done. So this can morph beyond just, oh, I only see it as links on a bag. You can use this to elevate your cards and projects. I would also use this. I think I could probably use it for like bridal or anniversary or something too, because of the fun detail. It's so pretty. This is 5.5 inch tall and almost 4.5 inch wide. It comes with 2 sentiments with coordinating die too. Love that. Luxe Links. Love, 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 love. To continue the Luxe Links, the 2D embossing folder of the month is Luxe Lattice. So this has that same feel, but just a different pattern. So you could work these together too if you wish. Again, this is 5.5 inch wide, 8.5 inch tall, and a 3D embossing folder. This is the only one I did not use, but I will use this in coming cards. This one is called Petite Tuft. Look at that. This one you would use universal plate system. I love these kind of patterns because even though it may look like just a basic repeating geometric pattern, on certain cards like this, then it elevates it very quickly. So I love these kind of styles. It gives nice texture, but not over the top. This one has more detail actually than that one. That's how I see them. So Petite Tuft and Luxe Lattice. Pretty. Up next is the Better Press of the month. And here I glimmered it, but you can press or glimmer and then die cut. So you get all these fun sentiments that you can read over here. So that's my second set. Then you have this young lady walking with her coffee and her little dog. It's called Pause in the City, Place and Press Registration. So there is a registration template. So you can line up the dog with her walking. So it looks like the dog isn't just floating along. You don't know where to put it, okay? And I love these sentiments. For real, you're my fave. Charmed to know you. Thanks for showing up in style. That's a great one. And lastly, here are the other 2 clubs, Clear Stamp and Die. This one is called Go To Girl. You can get it as clear stamp only for a few dollars more. I would get the coordinating die because you're getting the dies to cut around the sentiment and the dies to cut around all these curves. Look at even this little piece right here. That's difficult to cut. So you get the dies to cut out the 3 young ladies. So fun. I love this illustration. This is really, really cute. It actually got me pulling out my Copic markers. So really had fun coloring that. And you get some nice sentiments here as well. Same font as the Better Press, okay? Just a different set of sentiments, but the same feeling. So pretty. Crafters, this is the 5th time I'm trying to film saying this, but this one is hard to say. This is the stencil of the month. Cherry Chic. I was saying cherry chic. See, I can't say it, but You know what I mean. 5 stencils that create a beautiful scene. I made a pretty card with this thing that I can't say, and I did put a wax seal on it. So super pretty. Love this. This can work with this too. You could have the girls here with this in the background, make some fun little embellishments or like a pretty oval. That could work with this as well with the stamp. Yeah, I'm telling you, this is a very comprehensive kit club. A lot of things in this kit club can mix, match, and play without bringing in a lot of additional dies. All right, now let's look at my examples. First up, crafters, here is the large die of the month, Charmed Life, with the better press of the month, Pause in the City, using the sentiment right there. Love, 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 love. You're going to see a lot of black cards. That's the mood I'm in, so that's what I'm sticking with. This is a little bit oversized because when I had cut the purse, I didn't want to size it down too small to be on an A2. Then I put the bow, and I wanted the bow like this, so I had to cut the card a little bit wide. I'd put this in like a 5x7 envelope. I was about to forget, I'm also using the Glimmer of the Month. So right here, I'm using 3 clubs. You see what I'm talking about? It all stays within here, and I didn't bring anything else with this, except some gems. I wanted a little bit of sparkle because I was thinking, this is a Michael Kors holiday bag. It is red with the detail. This is Poppy Color Wheel cardstock glimmered with matte silver hot foil roll. Isn't that pretty? And then I brought in Treasured cardstock in silver and also matte silver. Treasured cardstock is assorted specialty cardstock. It's 15 sheets, full-size sheets, 5 styles, 3 sheets each. Each style is glitter metallic, matte metallic, brush metallic, mirror metallic, and pearl. So I use these top 2 to decorate the bag. And also it goes along very well, doesn't it, with the matte silver hot foil roll. I could have also used cardstock, but I wanted a little bit of glitter, seeing that it's a holiday bag. This colorway now is from my stash. It's a black iridescent. I just wanted something that had black and silver in it at the same time. So that's from my stash, okay? So super pretty though. Look at how everything layers up. I put in the lock here. And then that's the bow. This is in Forest Essential cardstock. Down here, I used some red cardstock from my stash because I had red on red. But I went even further, crafters, and I put glossy accents on my cherry. I was just having fun with this. This was just way too much fun. I even brought in green glitter cardstock. And then here I'm using Fern Color Wheel cardstock again with some glossy accents. So I have a whole Christmassy holiday bag here going. It might not even look holiday to you, but that was the feeling I was going for. And then I put the sentiment, here's to another well-styled year. Just having fun. But you can crop it down and have it on an A2, and that handle only goes so high. It doesn't go way up. I think this is fun and gorgeous. I so love this. So that is 3 clubs on the first card. Love. Now here is card number 2. This one is the small die of the month. Let's do brunch. Here I have my little egg. You can choose to use the arms and the legs, but you don't have to. The egg is waving high, you know, sunny side up. Hello, sunny. Waffle, I try to tell stories with these dies. I cannot help it. It's always been my thing. I love to do little things with the arms. This one is dancing because of the wavy bacon. So here's the bacon. That's the centerpiece right there. And then there's the egg. And then here are the arms and the legs to give you the positioning. And here is the little waffle. The waffle is all looking like I'm trying to get up. I'm coming soon. Because you see the eyes are closed like, you know, it needs the coffee. But the coffee can be with anything. You could put the coffee here, etc. But I love the way I did the little curved arms here for my disco bacon. You could do a whole series of disco bacon. I think that's so fun. Maybe without the waffle top, you could turn this into toast too. That would be cute too. Put a little egg on top of it. And I was thinking of putting the mimosa here, but I decided not to. I loved it just as breakfast food. Here I'm using for my brunch date and best mate. I stamped it out with one of Simon's ink. I'm telling you, Simon's Stellar ink. Look how it stamps so well. It performs like a pigment ink. Thumbs up. You'll see it on my coming Simon Hurley video. I'm going to go more into it. I do have some of his inks here, and I have more of them too. He was so kind to send them to me. So this is what I used to stamp this. I mean, look at that. It's operating like pigment ink. Normally, I would have stamped that in black, but I did use one of these darker, it's like a greeny blue color, aqua color. So super pretty. I also use this for watercolor on my Better Press. That's why I brought it. So I'll show it to you in a second. And I'm using Perfect Touch rectangles, one of my faves. So the Perfect Touch rectangles, largest die is an A2, 4¼ 5½ inch. What I have out here in black cardstock, but I am filming at night now, so you aren't seeing all the detail. And then the second layer is this one in waterfall color wheel cardstock. Isn't that pretty? This is all color wheel cardstock, and this one does have a little bit of ink blending just because I like my waffle a little bit toasty like that. So super cute for the small die of the month. So yes, they are different. This is where the elegance is. This is where the fun is. Love them both. Up next, crafters, here is the clear stamp and die of the month by itself. This is Go-To Girl Stamp and Die. I adore this card. But you know what makes it really special? This layer with just her and the sentiment, perfect. And then this spacing and this new detail from that new elegant foundation die, which I'll go into in a second. This is all Copic coloring with a little bit of ink blending in the back. Because I have the coordinating die, I was able to cut her out and then ink blend this panel and then stick that on top. So I didn't have to come in and fill in. It's just a little bit of salvage patina. Just a hair of that blue-gray tone in the back, okay? It was fun coloring with my Copic markers because I need to really practice. Her hair is looking so terrible, but it is what it is. I need to really start coloring again. And crafters, look at the little dog. It didn't cut out the dog. The die doesn't cut out the dog, but you know what did? My 9-inch Pro Shears, as big as this is. And I was at my crop cutting this out. If you want to see how I go to a crop, you can watch the last video. You'll see that in there. But I did cut all of this around and then I used the die to cut out this part. So cute. And then I finished this off with some gems. The sentiment is also stamped and heat embossed. Thanks for being my go-to girl, which fits perfectly on this layer. So for the fun you're seeing here, these fun foundation die layers, I'm using the new Linear Touch rectangles and tag dies. Outside here, the largest die in black is an A2, 4¼ 5½ inch. I could have used this layer if I wanted to turn it into a frame, but I skipped out that second layer, left the whole thing solid. Came into this layer. That's why I get so much distance. So this is about 3/4 inch on each side, which I'm loving this. So if you have a small image like this and you want to fill up an A2 card without putting too much things on it, but you want it to be kind of clean like this, that's what I would do. It would be even cleaner if I didn't have the gems, but I just wanted to fill out some of that white space. So I really love this card. I love making cards like this. Clean cards doesn't come to me easy, but this is a winner. Love, love, love the Linear Touch rectangles. So super pretty. I love that little dash detail here. Have it like this is the frame in the back with the black and white. Isn't that gorgeous? So pretty. Love, love, love. Clear stamp and die of the month. Fun. Next up, crafters, is the Better Press of the month. Pause in the City. I did use the registration template here for the placement of the little dog. And I did press it out on porcelain cotton card with black Better Press ink. And I think this is one of the Dina Wakley inks. I think it's Elephant. After I had pressed it out, it was just a black and white image. So I decided to bring in some of Simon's goodies. This is a little Totally Tiffany holder. I do plan on putting these standard size ink pads in a rotating carousel, a slim ink pad carousel from Stamp and Storage, okay? Definitely keep your eye out for Stamp and Storage because they will have some great sales coming for Black Friday, etc. So what I did was take Simon's ink and I would smush it like so. And then take a watercolor brush. Here I'm using the Altenew round set. This comes with 5 different sizes of brushes. And I just dip some water, pick it up, and then paint it on. Very easy to work with, especially with Glassboard Studio. Now I'm cleaning it off, so I'm removing this so I don't get it messed up. Have you seen the new Craft Catcher crafters? It's a little add-on for this. It would be hard to show you with this, but I did show you in the last season deal sale. And I'm wearing a sweater because it's cold. Pumpkin for fall. It's cold here in Florida. So for this card, which is different than the last card, you notice the image is bigger here. Image is smaller here. So you see how I did the difference, right? So after I had pressed this out, color it in and everything, then I wanted to map out how I wanted to cut it. So just like how I like to use precision layering to pick my background, I use this die from the Linear Touch. Outside, Linear Touch in black. This second layer is what I cut this with, and then I just place it on, finished it off with some silver mixed gems, and I use the sentiment also from the Better Press set here. So cute. And this was so fun to color with all of Simon's inks. This is all Simon because I packed up all of my Karen inks. The Zig watercolor markers, I also packed that up too, so I can't even find them right now. I did find my wax seal though, so we'll talk about that shortly. I moved two things and all of a sudden I saw this container. It's in a whole tote by itself, all of wax seal. The stitch die of the month that you can choose to stitch or not. The stitching will occur here on the bag. You can just have this piece as detail or take that piece out and still have it as a solid bag. You could also use pattern paper. Here's the handle. Here is the decoration for the handle, what you see here, and all that sparkly, shiny stuff you're seeing. That's, again, glossy accent. I was having fun with my glossy accent. When everything starts to look elegant, I'm like, ooh, glossy accent, little bit of bling, little bit of shine, must have. This is Tori. So Tori is all white with little black spots. And then look at the little background. This background is, I believe, this piece here. It's such a cute little bag. And you could put anything in here. Whatever is your favorite die or image, you can put it in here. The sizing. Have I been giving you sizes, crafters? I don't think so. Oh, goodness. I need to eat something. 3 inches tall by 2 3/4 inch wide. Crafters, I am in the final stages of this weight loss. And I think I'm getting too tired now. I'm having like low blood sugar kind of thing. So I'm trying to take care of myself. I do have an appointment with my doctor and then we'll talk about next steps. The image here is 4 inches tall all the way out to 3.5. This is 2 1/4 inch tall by roughly 1.5. So this is great sizing too for your journals and such. Let me do a quick measurement for the waffle. I can't believe I forgot to give you these measurements, crafters. 2 1/4 inch tall with the legs, and with the arms, you're coming out to like 1 3/4. For the bag, because the bag has an open end, I'm going to just measure it loosely here for you. It's coming out to 5 inches wide, and then the height, roughly 3 inches. But when I did this, this is more than 3 inches, so I just put a straight line there. You see how I curved it? So you can have fun and be very creative because this is 2 open ends, and then this glimmer of the month is bigger, or you could also use the embossing folder too here. That would be very pretty too. Either one of them can work. So back to Tori. So this is Tori with her pinks and all her fun. Here I'm using all the pinks. I have Blush, Dahlia, a little bit of tutu up here in the ears. In the back, I was going to use Merlot, but I went back to Spellbinders Mahogany Essential cardstock. That cardstock worked out better for this card overall than this one. I could have used it, but this one just has a touch more brown. This one really keeps in with all these layers of pink going on. So sometimes your older cardstock is still fabulous as well. Still Spellbinders goodness. For the sentiment, I'm using the Better Press of the Month, Pause in the City. Thanks for showing up in style. That's Tori, all in her style. I use glossy accent for her nose, her eyes, the bag. So pretty. Stitch this up with black metallic DMC floss. And then in the background on my mahogany cardstock, I'm using the Luxe Lattice. So pretty. So I'm going to hold it at different angles because now it's dark outside, but you can see and feel. Texture is here. You can feel that, and texture here. Love that. And her little shirt. Look at that. So super cute. She looks like that all the time. She gives you these kind of eyes that just melts your heart every time. Best dog ever. Up next, crafters, I'm using 3 clubs as well. The wax seal of the month. And also the stencil of the month. Look at the stencil of the month. That could be a bag design as well. Isn't that pretty? And also the Better Press of the month. So you could have a little cherry bag. I love that style. Here I'm using Altenew Fresh Dye ink for this because I needed certain shades. So pretty though. I think it's just so fun. Again, black background. I know I made a lot of dark cards, but I'm loving it and I'm loving the elegant feel. Here is that wax seal. This is just with white wax seal beads. Here I'm using seal twine. I love seal twine. Such a fabulous die. So you just get one die, but you have this here in the middle and you cut one side, and then wrap it around that panel. And it's so beautiful because it doesn't crack. Even if you use specialty cardstock, no cracking. Miracle die. Love, love, love seal twine. Goes on sale from time to time. Put this in your wish list if you don't own it already. Definitely get that die if you're going to get the new clear wax seal. So let's say you don't have this wax seal, but you like the clear. You want to get that new clear stamp maker. This is still a fun set to work with. Love, love, love seal twine. For my layers in the back, I'm using Perfect Touch rectangles, the largest die in black. Then for this layer, I brought in one of these. So this is Precision Layering A2 sets A and B. So these are a set of rectangles that would cut out a clean layer like this. The largest die in set A is your A2, and then the largest die in set B is 1/8 of an inch shorter. 16 dies in each set. So I probably came into either B or the second one in A for that spacing. And then I put the die on top of my piece that I had really cut out big, because when I stencil, I make a mess. As a matter of fact, I have a boo-boo right here. I did put the sentiment to cover it up. If you are a heavy inker and a messy inker like me, this is a fun one to work with and very easy to work with. Look how it worked with all these layers. It's supposed to read darker down here, coming up like so. So it's a ombre of the turquoise, okay? But the lighter color is so light that you don't see the ombre effect, but you can see it darker down here than up here. I was trying to be fancy. I'm telling you, I was having so much fun with this kit club. Seriously. So fun. Love this. This can work for your Happy New Year, bridal, celebratory, birthday, anything. Girls' night out, all of that. You could put this wax seal, yeah, with one of these for girls' night out. Why not? Have fun. Why not? Then the sentiment is from the Better Press of the month. Life's more fun with a little flair. So true. Alrighty, crafters, that is it for this month's Kit Club. Look at all these fabulous examples. Elegant, fun, cute. You could use a pig here on the purse, and mix, match, and play all within this kit club. Josie, love this comprehensive kit club. This is an all year round winner too. Lots of birthday cards, lots of girlfriend cards, lots of anything. Just even thinking of you, even thanks for showing up, these type of things. So there's lots of thank you and just general cards, even some unique sentiments in here. Love, love, love this kit club. It is open until the 27th of this month. Don't forget to use my code Suzanne10 for Spellbinders products. It will not apply to kit club, but it will apply to all the other goodies, including that new wax seal goodness or clear seal goodness. Yeah, I keep mixing it up. I want to call everything wax seal. Alrighty, crafters, everything will be detailed and linked below. Thanks so much for watching. Until the next video, which will be Simon Hurley. Stay crafty, my friends.